Time for a little confession. I'm addicted to declutter videos. There's something so satisfying about watching someone transform their space and get rid of the stuff they don't need. But why is nobody talking about the amount of cash you can make? Your clutter isn't just taking up space, it's a serious goldmine. Okay, maybe not literal gold, but decluttering can be profitable AF. Imagine transforming your space and your bank account at the same time. Your home is overflowing with untapped potential, literally. The average American home is crammed with a mind-blowing 300,000 items, and we don't even use most of it. Not the bread maker that's still in its box, or those skinny jeans we're totally going to fit into one day. That's money sitting idle. In fact, the average American family has a staggering $7,000 worth of unused stuff just gathering dust. For example, one study found that the average 10-year-old owns 238 toys but only plays with 12 daily. That's a whole lot of neglected toys. Hopefully I convinced you that there's money to be made within your home. But it's not just about the money. Clutter creates chaos. Studies have shown a connection between clutter and mental health issues like depression, anxiety, and stress. That mess isn't just an eyesore, it's weighing you down. Messy environments can cause frustration, helplessness, and feeling overwhelmed. Decluttering isn't just about tidying up, it's about reclaiming your mental space and boosting your well-being. Decluttering can reduce stress, improve sleep, and boost your mood. So where do you start? First, let's get that motivation flowing and take a few minutes to decide what you want to do with the money you make over the next few days, weeks, or months. What's this decluttering adventure really about? Is it about finally affording that fancy coffee machine, treating yourself to a spa day? Or maybe it's about something bigger, like a down payment on a new car or a family trip to Disneyland. Picture yourself hitting that goal. Hold on to that feeling. Having a clear financial goal will keep you motivated and focused throughout the decluttering process. Now it's time to start decluttering. Set up a declutter system. Grab 5 bins to make the process more manageable. Each item you encounter presents a choice. Keep it, sell it, donate it, trash it, or relocate it. You can also work with piles if you don't have bins or boxes. The keep box is for the items you use regularly or have significant sentimental value. Does it spark joy? Does it make your life easier or more beautiful? Then it's a keeper. Maybe you don't even need a bin, just give it a loving home in your freshly decluttered space right away. Time to turn your pre-loved treasures into cold, hard cash. The sell bin is for items in good condition that you no longer use but someone else would be happy to buy. Think clothes, books, gadgets, or even furniture. Sharing is caring. The donate bin is for items that might not be worth selling, but they could still be useful to someone else. The toss bin is for items that are beyond repair, unusable, or simply have no value. Just remember to recycle whenever possible to keep Mama Earth happy. Oops, wrong room. The last bin is the relocate bin. This bin is for those nomad items that wandered away from their designated spots. Decluttering can seem daunting. Set small, manageable goals. Tackle one task, one pile, or one room at a time. Pick a room, any room. Then zoom in even further. A drawer, a shelf, even just that pile of clothes threatening to take over your chair. That's your starting point. Focus on the visible clutter first. Then, once you've conquered those, move on to the hidden clutter lurking in drawers and cabinets. Set a timer for 15 to 30 minutes. You'll be surprised how much you can accomplish in such a short time. As you sort through your belongings, remember this: speed is key. If you have to ponder an item's fate for longer than a few seconds, it's probably not a keeper. Trust your gut. Still feeling stuck? These questions will help you make those tough decluttering decisions. Do you use and love it? If you haven't used it in the past year, it's out of here, even for the seasonal stuff. Would you buy it again? If you wouldn't spend your hard-earned cash on it now, why are you letting it clutter your life? Feeling guilty about the money you wasted? Newsflash, keeping it won't bring that money back. The longer you wait, the less opportunity you'll have to get at least some of it back. Sentimental attachment? If it's truly precious, keep it. If not, consider donating it so it can bring joy to someone else. Is it a just-in-case item? Don't let fear hold you hostage. Chances are you won't need it. And if you do, You can probably borrow or replace it. Do you have duplicates? Unless you're a professional chef with 2 blenders going at once, you probably don't need multiples. Choose your favorite and let the others go. Is it a confidence booster? Clothes should make you feel amazing. If they don't, say thank you next and sell or donate them. If you were moving, would this item be worth taking with you? If not, it's probably not worth keeping in your current home. Of course you want to sell as much as possible. But before you decide to sell something, make sure it's worth it. Before you get lost in a sea of listings and shipping labels, let's talk strategy. Because remember, time is money. Here are some tips. Give yourself a minimum price. Only sell things you can make at least X amount of money off. Having a rule for yourself keeps you from spending precious time trying to sell things that you'll only end up making pennies on. Don't overvalue your stuff. We all have that one item we think is worth a fortune. But be realistic. Start your bidding low and consider anything above your minimum a bonus. Set a time limit. Don't let your sell bin become a procrastination station. Give each item a reasonable time frame to sell. Say 7 days. If it doesn't move, donate it and free up that space. Now it's time to turn that sell bin into a cash-generating machine. But with so many options out there, how are you choosing the right platform? First, let's ask some key questions. What is the category of the items? Vintage clothes, designer shoes, handmade jewelry, furniture? Know your customer. Who are you trying to reach? A discerning vintage collector? A busy mom looking for quality secondhand baby clothes? Understanding your target audience will help you choose the right platform. Do you need the cash ASAP, or are you happy to wait for the perfect buyer? And are you ready to hustle? Or looking for a more laid-back selling experience? Once you've answered these questions, you can choose the platform that best fits your needs. Here's a quick rundown of some popular options per category. And yes, a separate video on this topic is a must. First, let's talk about clothing and accessories. The platform Vinted is ideal for selling high street brands like Zara and H&M. Listing items is super simple and straightforward, even for beginners. Plus, it's practically free for sellers. No listing fees, no commission, just pure profit. And even better, buyers pay for shipping. But Vinted shoppers are savvy bargain hunters. So if you're looking to make top dollar, this might not be the platform for you. Also, Vinted is a mainly fashion-focused platform, and you are not allowed to sell certain categories such as some electronics and sports gear. Poshmark is the perfect choice if you're looking to sell trendy everyday wear. Listing is a breeze and free. Plus, they'll send you a prepaid shipping label when you make a sale. Just pack up your goodies and send them off to their new home. But Poshmark is more than just a marketplace. It's a community. You can connect with fellow fashionistas at virtual Posh parties and build a loyal following. With a massive user base and an easy-to-use interface, Poshmark makes selling your clothes a breeze. But here's the trade-off. Poshmark isn't your cheapest option. That $7.97 shipping fee might scare off some buyers, and while they recently lowered their commission fees from 20% to 6%, buyer and seller each have to pay an additional $1, $2, or $3, depending on if the item is sold under $15, between $15 and $50, or more than $50. Depop is a great option for sellers who are targeting a younger, fashion-conscious audience and are comfortable with a more social selling experience. Its mobile-first app is like the cool younger sibling of eBay and Poshmark, where Gen Z flock to discover unique fashion finds and vintage gems. 9 out of 10 active users are under 26, so if you're targeting a younger audience, this should be your platform of choice. Listing is free, and there are a ton of social features like following, liking, and commenting. Plus, Depop's customer service actually gets a thumbs up, unlike some other platforms we won't name. But Depop has some limitations. You only get 4 photos per listing, potentially limiting your ability to showcase all the details you want. And while the community is strong, it's not as massive as some other platforms. Plus, those payment processing fees can add up. ThredUp is the most eco-friendly option out there. All the clothes they receive will be put to use, either through reselling on the app or donating to one of their partners. ThredUp is like the consignment shop of the online reselling world. Plus, they handle all the listing, photographing, and shipping, so you can declutter with minimal effort. And with a large customer base and a trusted brand name, your items are in good hands, but convenience comes at a cost. You pay a $14.99 to $34.99 service fee per bag, deducted from your earnings when items sell, and a 3 to 80% commission fee depending on the item's price. The price of the items is determined by ThreadUp, and although you have some control, this may lower your profits. And due to the generous 14-day return policy, it may take some time before you receive your profits. Vestiaire Collective is the platform to sell your high-end designer pieces. It's specialized in pre-owned luxury fashion, so think Chanel bags and Louboutin heels. They have a meticulous authentication process, so buyers can shop with confidence knowing they're getting the real deal. Plus, with a global reach and a curated selection, you'll be connecting with buyers who appreciate quality and exclusivity. Due to the platform's focus on luxury brands and authenticated items, sellers can often command higher prices compared to other platforms. But there's a catch. Vestiaire Collective's commission fees are higher than most other platforms, with 10% selling fees and 3% payment processing fees. While you can set your own prices, Vestiaire Collective also provides pricing suggestions, which can sometimes be lower than what you might want to sell for. And the authentication process can add extra time to the shipping process, as items need to be shipped to Vestiaire Collective for verification before being sent to the buyer. Since Vestiaire Collective focuses on luxury brands, means it's not the best platform for selling everyday or lower-priced items. Plus, if your item doesn't quite meet their strict quality standards, it might get rejected. Noteworthy is that Vestiaire doesn't allow for returns. This might scare off some potential buyers, but it also protects sellers from unwanted returns. Got some furniture or home goods that are ready for a new home? Here are some of your platform options. Facebook Marketplace is your digital neighborhood garage sale, connecting you with buyers and sellers right around the corner. It's like having a virtual yard sale that's open 24/7, and it's totally free, no listing fees, no commission, you keep all the profits. Plus, with its local focus, it's perfect for selling those bulky items that are a pain to ship. Buyers can swing by, check out the goods, and haul them away themselves. Facebook Marketplace makes it easy to target your listings, and it's part of Facebook, so you don't need to download another app or make an account. The user interface is intuitive, making it easy to post items, browse listings, and message buyers or sellers directly. But before you dive headfirst into the marketplace madness, Facebook Marketplace has its cons. Buyer and seller protection is limited, so be cautious. Because of the limited protection, Facebook Marketplace is a breeding ground for scammers. Always prioritize safety and be cautious when meeting strangers for transactions. Haggling is also the norm, so be prepared to negotiate. Buyers on Facebook Marketplace love a good deal, so know your bottom line. And if you're looking for fancy listing features or tons of customization options, you might be disappointed. Facebook Marketplace is all about function over form. Craigslist is basically the digital version of those old-school classifieds newspapers, but with a much wider reach. You know, the ones with the tiny print and the endless listings for used cars and garage sales? Craigslist is basically that, but on the internet. It's a no-frills platform for buying and selling just about anything. From that antique dresser you inherited to that slightly used kayak you're ready to part with. One of the best things about Craigslist is its simplicity. It's straightforward and easy to use, even for those who aren't exactly tech-savvy. Plus, listings are generally free, which is a major bonus for both buyers and sellers. And talk about variety! You can find almost anything on Craigslist, from furniture and cars to apartments and job postings. It's also a great way to connect with people in your local community, which is a nice change from those faceless online mega retailers. And since you can communicate directly with buyers and sellers, it often makes for quicker transactions and smoother negotiations. But of course, no platform is perfect. Craigslist's interface is, shall we say, a bit vintage. It's not exactly the most visually appealing or user-friendly website out there. And while the lack of fees is great, it also means there's not much seller protection. So you're more vulnerable to scams or unreliable buyers. Speaking of scams, Craigslist is known for having its fair share, so it's important to be cautious and do your research before making any deals. Collectibles are items that increase in value over time due to their rarity, historical significance, or cultural relevance. Think vintage toys, rare stamps, or limited edition sneakers. These treasures could be worth more than you think. Let's discuss some platform options. eBay is the OG online marketplace with a massive audience and a proven track record. It's like the digital version of an auction house where buyers and sellers from all over the world gather to trade treasures and find unique items from vintage action figures to that designer handbag you've been eyeing. With millions of users worldwide, eBay offers incredible exposure for your items, no matter how niche or mainstream they might be. One of the biggest perks of selling on eBay is its flexibility. You can choose to list your items in an exciting auction format, watching the bids climb higher and higher. Or you can opt for a buy it now option, setting a fixed price for those who prefer a quick and easy purchase. Private sellers can list up to 250 items a month for free, and after that, you pay 35 cents per listing. And don't worry about feeling lost in the digital wilderness. eBay provides a range of seller tools and resources to help you succeed, including marketing options, shipping labels, and seller protection programs. eBay is also incredibly user-friendly. Navigating the platform is a breeze, whether you're a seasoned seller or just starting out. And when it comes to security, eBay takes it seriously. They provide a secure and encrypted platform for financial transactions. Plus, with decades of experience under its belt, eBay has built a reputation for trust and reliability, making it a familiar and comfortable platform for both buyers and sellers. But of course, every platform has its trade-offs. eBay charges high seller fees from 3% for industrial items up to 15.3% for books and music. This eats into your profits. And with millions of sellers vying for attention, competition can be fierce, especially for popular items. Shipping can also be a bit of a headache, especially for international sales, with complex rules and potentially high costs. And while eBay does offer seller protection, it's not foolproof. Disputes can arise, and eBay's policies often favor the buyer, which can be frustrating for sellers. Finally, if you're looking to build a strong brand identity, eBay's standardized listing formats might not give you the creative freedom you crave. And the last but certainly not least platform we're going to talk about is Etsy. Etsy is like a charming online craft fair full of unique handmade and vintage treasures you won't find anywhere else. One of the things that sets Etsy apart is its strong sense of community. It's more than just a marketplace. It's a place where like-minded creatives connect, support each other, and share their passion for handmade, vintage, and unique goods. Etsy also provides a built-in audience of shoppers who are specifically seeking out those unique handcrafted items that can't be found in mass-market retailers. And to help you succeed, Etsy offers a variety of seller tools and resources, including marketing options, shipping labels, and educational materials. Plus, you have the freedom to create a personalized storefront that reflects your brand and tells your story. However, selling on Etsy isn't without its challenges. The platform charges a 20 cents fee per listing, a 6.5% transaction fee, and a 3% plus 25 cents payment processing fee, which can eat into your profits, especially for lower-priced items. And with millions of sellers, competition can be fierce. Etsy also has its own strict set of rules and guidelines, which can sometimes feel restrictive, limiting your flexibility in pricing, shipping, and shop customization. It's important to remember that your success on Etsy is ultimately tied to the platform's policies and algorithms, which can change and impact your visibility and sales. You have the goods, you've chosen your platform. So what's the recipe to make your listing stand out and make the item sell as fast as possible? Think of your listing as a marketing mix to transform your clutter into enticing offers that attract buyers and maximize your earnings. The mix consists of the 5 Ps: platform, picture, product title, product description, and price, all coming together to create an irresistible offer that buyers can't refuse. We've already talked about the first P, platform. So now it's time to do a deep dive into the remaining Ps. Presentation is everything. In the online world, photos are your storefront. They're the first and most important impression buyers get of your items. Here are some tips. Multiple angles. Give your buyers the full 360 degrees experience. Show off every angle and every little detail. Honesty is the best policy. Don't hide any flaws or imperfections. Be upfront about any scratches, dents, or blemishes, and make sure the colors of the item are accurate. This builds trust and avoids unhappy customers down the road. Crisp and clear. No one wants to squint at a blurry photo. Make sure your images are sharp, well lit, and showcase the true beauty of your item. Natural lighting is your friend. Avoid harsh overhead lighting and opt for soft, natural light. Background check. A cluttered background is a distraction. Opt for a clean, simple backdrop that lets your item shine. The third P is for the product title. Your product title is most likely the second thing a shopper sees. It has got to grab attention and make shoppers want to learn more. It also has to convey all the important information about the product at first glance. How to assemble the perfect product title? First up, the main keyword. What's the one word that best describes your product? What's the category of the item? That's your main keyword. Think dress, laptop, or vase. So for this item, for example, the main keyword would be dress or gown. Then we need the size and other specifications. Help buyers narrow down their search with details like brand, color, size, material, or other defining attributes. So for the product example, this would be specifications such as Tom Ford, green, silk, and size 38. And then, what makes your product special? Highlight those top features. Think features like waterproof, vintage, or handmade. So for our product example, this could be features like cutout, maxi, and halter. Lastly, sprinkle in some relevant keywords that buyers might use to search for your item. Think new with tags, limited edition, or an aesthetic such as Y2K, cottagecore, or boho chic. Some examples for our product example are whimsical and semi-sheer. This will help your listing climb the search results ladder and get seen by more eager shoppers. But remember to not overdo it. The ideal product title length has a maximum of 75 to 100 characters. What about the fourth P, the product description? The product description tells the item's story. A well-crafted description can boost your listing and customer satisfaction. Here are some tips for writing a good one. Know your audience. Are you speaking to vintage fashion lovers, busy moms, tech enthusiasts, antique collectors? Tailor your language and tone to resonate with your ideal buyer. Focus on the main benefits and features. Does it have a cool backstory or unique features? Let your buyers know. Buyers want to know everything at first glance, so make your description scannable. Highlight the unique features and benefits in a few bullet points at the beginning of your description. And make sure you include all the important product details the buyer would want to know. Include the item's brand, sizing, condition, ingredients, measurements, materials, color, flaws or imperfections, and so on. And lastly, use keywords strategically. Sprinkle some keywords throughout your description to help your listing get found by more potential buyers. Don't overdo it though. It's quality over quantity. The last but certainly not least P is the price. You have to price your item right. Pricing your pre-loved treasures can be a difficult feat with both wanting a fair return for your belongings while attracting buyers at the same time. Here's how to find that sweet spot. Market research. Scour online marketplaces like eBay, Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace to see what similar items are selling for. Keep the OG price tag in mind. The original price can be a helpful guide, especially for big-ticket items. Aim for 50 to 75% of the original price for gently used items and 20 to 50% for those that have seen better days. Seasonal selling. Got a kayak or a snowblower? Time your listing to match the season. You'll likely get a better price when demand is high. Adjust and adapt. The resale market can be unpredictable. Don't be afraid to adjust your pricing if an item isn't selling. Embrace the art of negotiation. Haggling can be fun. Be open to offers and counteroffers, but know your bottom line to avoid selling at a loss. I've officially emptied my brain of all the decluttering and selling wisdom I've accumulated over the years. You're now armed with the knowledge to transform your home from a cluttered chaos cave into a cash-generating paradise. Go forth and conquer. But most importantly, have fun with it. Decluttering should be liberating, not a chore. And remember, every item you sell is a step closer to your dreams. I'll be here cheering you on and maybe even bidding on some of your awesome finds. See you in the next video.